This meeting is virtual and also it's a hybrid setting being recorded by the Town of West Boylston staff. All members are present. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, folks. I was going to go out of order, but now I just want to see if you all stay here for my whole meeting. No, I'm kidding. So we have a full room. I'm going to call the small child first on the agenda. I'm going to call, I know, I got him going, he wants to come. All right, so I'm going to have the police chief come up because you have, stay here. Come up and you have some announcements to make. I'm going to make you do all of them at once and introduce us.
So, this is TJ Provincial.
How are you?
Don't know what that stands for.
Timothy James.
No, I knew that.
Right.
And very extensive process, and he's been a fantastic officer, and he scored the highest and really, really excelled. And now he's going to be a sergeant.
Congratulations.
I'm very, very happy.
Thank you.
All right, well, I see you've already given him the promotion. We were going to vote on that tonight.
Well,
No.
It's Velcro.
Oh, it comes
It's
off.
not a problem, not a
I
problem.
didn't
borrowed it from
say
someone.
We don't vote on that. He gets to make the decisions. I mean, we could try. No,
You haven't voted.
It's a Halloween
You can do
costume.
whatever.
it's, don't. Congrats. Have you loved our town? It's been,
It's been great. Yeah, great people here. Got to meet a lot of people. The guys were all great. Couldn't have made a better move coming over here when I did. So.
all right, great. Well, thank you so much. Any questions? I know you guys have none. You've already seen his face before. Welcome. Do you want a photo with the chief? He dressed up in a suit and tie.
I think that's a good
Yeah,
idea.
and all of these officers that are here, we'll move out of the way so you have it.
Oh, that'd be
Let's
great,
do a
yeah.
picture with the board first.
You have the board there?
I'll do a picture with you too.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that'd be great.
I'll use my mask. Go in. All right.
Very good.
Now we'll move out of the way. Can we have everybody else?
Yeah, thank you, yeah. We're finally up to full vote.
Congratulations.
I gotta get out of that. Over here. There's more of them than us.
Well, I think you gotta like double up there.
Guys, squeeze in like you like each other. You're real close.
It's gonna be a big fight thing.
You guys need a special smile. Too many of you.
He's not gonna get in the photo?
Who's gonna? Yes, he is.
He is gonna get the photo?
Yeah.
So you have to get
Jimmy,
it.
Yeah, come on, Jim.
you're part of this clan?
Now we kind of have too many sergeants.
Sure, I'll take it.
Great job taking the photo. Thank you guys.
Family, do a family photo.
You're a family member?
Yeah.
They said they'd send it to us. Thank you, though.
Oh goodness, there's more pictures for this than the other one.
Very important, Mark. It's a big deal. I like that.
Benny.
You should.
Benny.
All right, and if we could get one with his parents and sister too.
All right, here we go.
Long one.
Extending the meeting.
All right.
Thank you
That
guys.
concludes picture time.
Thank you, TJ. Congratulations. back to your office.
Very good, very good.
I'll let you go after. You're up. Then I'll do your. All right. I'm supposed to be going next. Why is he going? Just skipping. Look at this orderly. It's always every time. All right. So I'm gonna make you. So you have one more item on the agenda.
Okay.
So the appointments of constables. You have 3. I just want to make sure the board has no questions for the chief before I let him run out of this room. On the constable appointments? No? All right. Do I have a motion to appoint the 3 constables as listed in the agenda?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You're free.
Nice job. Very good, thank you. Good,
You're welcome.
Take care now.
Bye, chief. Thank you. The next item, I'm only a minute behind on this, is the public hearing.
Is this yours?
Yeah, sorry.
I was gonna run it to them if they wanted, if it was one of them.
All right, so, public hearing, to consider the application for Wachusett Country Club, 187 Prospect Street, West Boylston, Mass. I'm gonna let you read it.
The Select Board of the Town of West Boylston will hold a public hearing on the application from Wachusett Inc., DBA, doing business as Wachusett Country Club, 187 Prospect Street, West Boylston, Mass. 015. Directors, LLC managers, change of ownership, interest, and issuance, transfer of stock, new stockholder license, for license 002-PK-1364. The public hearing will be held on Wednesday, November 6, 2024, at 6:05 at 140 Worcester Street, room 210, West Boylston, Mass. 01583.
Hi, who do we have? Can you just say your name?
So I am Kara Cullen from Wachusett Country Club. And just to kind of clarify what's going on, so a few years ago, my father passed away. Then my mother passed away, and everything was in a trust until my younger brother got to a certain age, which he did in August. And then at that point, we got everything finally done with the lawyers and stuff, and everything has changed, and it's now myself and my 3 brothers, all equal ownership. So we have to get everything changed for our liquor license. We're not changing any hours, nothing. Everything should be
Just the
status
names
quo.
on the
Just the
forms.
names on
Will
them.
it be open in the winter?
Yes, for people that want to come do indoor golf and the restaurant.
Or we're not changing anything?
No, no.
Any questions, folks? Want to ask anyone in the public if they have any questions, concerns, notes, anything? No? Can I would entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Do a second? Do I have to do a roll call for this now? All in favor? Aye. All right. At this point, I would, any questions, concerns, topics, would we like to, is anyone that would like to make a motion? To,
Motion to approve the alcohol license for Wachusett Country Club.
the ownership change, all, you mean, the application that's before us, ownership change, managers, directors, everything that's in that?
Yep.
As printed
As
in the
printed in the public
agenda?
hearing notice.
Second. Second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Great, thank you, everybody.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm gonna pop back up to, we did not do this item, so public comment. There's a 15-minute period, which is an opportunity for public comment to address any concerns or questions regarding town operations or programs. At this time, we would accept this information. We will not act as a board on it. We would schedule, if needed, a future time on an agenda at our discretion. Do I have any public comment? Oh. Please state your name and address for the record.
Dave Femia, 86 Sterling Street. I'm also the Chair of the Council of Aging. We had a meeting this morning, and we approved a new schedule for the pitch group, which was unanimously, it'll start next Friday. So just want the board to know that that problem hopefully is resolved.
What, great.
It's good for the,
I was gonna like, good, that's good.
what I did was, is I made a schedule for the next 6 months. And pretty much, this Friday, 27th of November, and 29th of November, and the December, I think it is, pitch for various reasons. But other than that, they pretty much got everything that they wanted. So hopefully, there'll be no more complaints.
Can I ask a question?
I
It's
think
a,
so, because it would
it's,
be deliberation, right?
It's public comment.
Public comment.
yeah, but the location, okay.
I know, maybe we
Yeah,
add
without
it
a
as a,
location, it makes no sense.
It's going to stay in the same place.
At the same time, I guess that was the other thing that might be interesting to people.
Once we have the document all approved and stuff, it's already been approved, it just needs to be retyped. I'll make sure that that the board gets a copy of it.
that would be great. Maybe at a future agenda item, because we can't deliberate or talk about it now or ask you questions. We could add, maybe you come present to the board on a schedule or what you're doing
Okay.
in that space.
All right.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Anyone else? Anyone online? I don't see anything's popping up, so, all right, moving on. Review and vote to approve warrants for the period covering October 17th, 2024 through November 6th, 2024, as printed in our agenda.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, approve the meeting minutes for September 4th, 2024, regular meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next item on here, I see Norma from SWAT to come up and talk about some exciting things. Thank you, Norma. I have one question for someone else. Am I echoing or is it just me?
No, I don't hear it. Quiet down over there.
Am I doing? All right, never mind, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, Norma.
So I'm just here to update the select board on what we've been doing regarding the trash contracts for the town. Back in spring or summer, the town did vote that we could extend a contract to 5 years. So since then, we've been talking with Republic and Casella about extending existing contracts or making some other changes. We've been investigating what other towns have been doing in the last year, and at this point in time, SWAT does not plan to go out with a full RFP process. We think it's in the town's best interest to let us just work with these two existing haulers. We think financially it's gonna make the most sense to work with who we've already got. They've indicated they're very interested in keeping our business. Casella may be interested in doing more for us. So that's where we sit for the time being. I don't see that changing. Of course, holidays are coming. I'm not sure how much progress we're gonna make in the next couple months, but we're gonna continue to talk with them. We're holding meetings every 2 weeks as a team, just to kind of keep it moving. And if anyone had questions, you can let me know, but just wanted to give you an idea of where we stood before it got too much later in the year.
I love that. I am worried about not acknowledging Mark, because he raised his hand. I love it. I was super worried when I saw the trash prices and where, I imagine there's sometime in the future you'll come forward with whatever they propose to you. So
We've
very happy.
gotten one proposal from Republic. They've since amended that. They came back with some questions. We had some questions on things, asked them how it would be different. They've given us that. And we're continuing to work with that. Once we have a decent enough proposal, we would be passing that on to you folks to see if you want us to actually get a contract from them.
Awesome. All right, Mark, go ahead.
I was just wondering about cost. Is cost changing huge or staying similar or?
It's
Depends
okay.
on what you call huge. Everything goes up, right?
No, but is it going up on something that whatever the budgets can handle, or is this a crazy thing now?
We're trying to keep it as low as possible. The industry is moving towards carts. We will not be able to say no to carts any longer if we want to have our trash picked up. So we're looking at different ways of reducing those costs. Republic suggested renting carts from them. We've asked them what it would cost not to rent them if we got them in another way or we purchased them outright. There is some grant money available, at least for the recycling carts. So that would save us some money right there. And overall, I mean, unfortunately, a lot of place for our waste costs are going up depending on where they're moving to.
I'm gonna ask a question, but I don't know if I'm actually asking you a question, but I'm considering it. Is there, remember, see, it's a question, but I'm thinking, when we did that SWOT survey, would it be worth asking folks in town. I know that we had a good amount of people reply, but asked them, hey, if it costs this, since you guys know if we know the cost, would you be willing to buy it outright yourself? I know that sounds, because certain families have those carts already, but if we,
Depending on the truck and who we go forward with, there are gonna be some requirements on what works with their trucks.
Oh.
So I think I'd like an opportunity to find out more about what their requirements would be and what
Okay.
we would then be able to do.
I
That's
was
what we've
wondering-
basically gone back to Republic with, is if we don't wanna rent their carts, then,
I was just thinking how to like save a little money if you offered. A bunch of people were like, well, I buy my own if you let me use it. And I'm like, well, maybe that's a subset of the town that'll buy their own and we don't have to pay for it. But
in a lot of cases, other towns are actually the ones who own it, it's not the individual homeowners. There are gonna be issues of carts breaking for various reasons, whether it's the homeowner or the truck or whatever, and who owns it and who replaces it and how that happens is a little bit of a further complication, but other towns are doing just fine with it, so we will as well.
Towns doing their own ownership or selling?
Either way,
Oh,
I mean, things break.
Right.
So whether it's the town going out replacing it or a homeowner or the hauler seeing that they have it before their next pickup is gonna be something to be looked at. But as I said, many other towns have gone in this direction, so we'll learn from them.
any other questions? Oh,
This will be a 5-year contract, right?
That's what we're currently looking at, yes. Republic indicated that would probably be the less expensive financial option.
Thank you.
any others? Norma, you're free. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. I'm just looking around at what I have and who I have in the room. Guessing we have Tom here. Sorry, Tom, give me a second. I might have you jump up. Yeah. So hiring William Turner?
Wilbur?
Wilbur?
Turner?
Willard?
Willard Turner. Yeah, he's, right now, Mr. Turner is working part-time for Princeton,
Okay.
the town of Princeton. He works there 3 days, and he's going to work here for 2 days in the cemetery. He's doing the same thing over at Princeton. He's doing grass cutting and leaf blowing and vacuuming and stuff like that. Now they've got him cleaning catch basins because he's well licensed. In his previous life, I think he retired from Mass DOT at some point as a heavy equipment operator. So he'll actually work out very well in the department if we need him for anything, or if Kevin needs him at the cemetery for digging graves or anything like that, after he's vetted by us, just to make sure that he's good with our equipment.
All right. I have
And utilize him for snow plowing if I can.
Go ahead, Mark.
Could he be a potential full-time guy? I mean, don't we, to fill a full-time position?
I would love to go that way.
he
We'll
interested?
see how his,
Okay.
he has prospects going out 4 or 5 months that he already told me.
Okay.
But if it falls through, it could be a point where and if he works out well with everybody in the shop, and I would definitely entertain that idea.
Terrific.
Because he's basically got everything we've been looking for.
Excellent. I would
Yeah.
hope it does work out that way.
Yeah,
You can-
definitely. That's why I brought him on board. And, you know,
Raj?
So I do see this is a temporary worker. So
Yes.
he's filling in for someone, is that right?
for Lance, over at the cemetery. And Lance, apparently, he's supposed to get an operation or something, and that hasn't gone through yet, so he may be out for a while. And then I have another operator laborer.
So I'm gonna
Yeah, stop.
nicely cut you off in the nicest way possible, just so we're not talking about those things.
Oh, the HIPAA.
But thank you. So, do you have any further questions on this appointment?
No, it's actually the interim town administrator appointed, so it's my recommendation to approve this.
So, no other questions? You approve this, I'm
I
guessing?
do. I recommend,
Okay.
yes, yes, I recommend
All
you
right.
approve it.
Do I have a motion?
Motion to concur?
Yep. Just second? Second. All in favor? Vote on these, because the town administrator can't hire without it going through. Is that different for you? No, we vote? Okay,
Hiring?
Positions have to have approval of the
okay.
board.
All right, you're free.
No,
Oh.
I-
There's one more.
Yeah, here's a quick
All
ARPA
right.
change.
You're up for ARPA. We'll let you sit there.
I'm looking to,
I didn't know if you had your paper with you.
yep.
Thanks. Sorry.
I'm looking to reallocate $4,690 from what was left over from the zero-turn lawnmower. The zero-turn, we purchased it for $15,958, and we were allocated from ARPA monies for the zero-turn, $22,100. So I'm looking to allocate the monies to go to the heated power washer in addition to the $4,000, $4,690 to purchase that heated power washer. I grossly, basically, I underestimated how much it was going to be initially when they were asking for prices.
So,
Do we have any questions on this?
Yeah, how much is the power washer?
The power washer that I'm looking to purchase is $8,690.
So you have $4,000 from the,
Correct.
Any other questions? All right. Do I hear a motion to reappropriate the
So
funds?
moved.
Second,
is that all
further
we have to do?
discussion?
Is that all we have to do, or do we have to accept the funds back and then send them out again or something?
No,
Is
we're
that-
reappropriating funds.
Just reappropriate and that's done? Okay.
Any other questions? No? All in favor?
aye.
Now you're really free.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right. I see Mr. Maha has joined us. So we have another ARPA fund item. I see Faye ran out of the room, but an ARPA fund reappropriation of $21,000 for ADA to compressor repair. Hi, Rich.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi.
I know the board is aware that the district undertook a project with the auditorium seating at the middle high school last year. The last step of that project is the ADA seating in the rear of the auditorium. That project, initially, our quote on that came back at about a little over 20,000 in February. When it went on to combines, there were no takers to the bid at that point. We put the bid back out in the fall. We did have 2 bids returned. R.H. White came back at a quote for almost $117,000, and we also had Sutton Contracting make a bid of $72,000 for the completion of that project. At this point, I plan on putting the completion of that project onto the district's capital plan and would like to reappropriate the ARPA money to replace one of the compressors in the middle high school media center, which is on my current capital plan. I would remove that, and that project could be done sooner than later, at a little over $20,000.
All right. Well, that makes sense why no one was bidding at it now. It's a little
Yes.
higher than we had anticipated. All right, thank
Slightly.
you.
You're welcome.
And this repair is just something that broke, that you're looking to use this money to repair?
Yes, currently I have the 2 compressors for the middle high media center on the capital plan that will be submitted. Obviously, I would remove one based upon the reappropriation.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Maha? Hearing none, do I hear a motion to reappropriate the funds of $21,000 to the air compressor repair?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you very much.
All right. Just look through. We did it again, Faye. We skipped all over the agenda.
You only have 5 minutes left.
We have 5 minutes left. Town administrator report? No.
Holiday closure.
Holiday closure. Okay, so the town hall is gonna be closed. Hold on, closed November 29th, 2024. This is just noting that the town hall will not be open.
What was theirs?
That's for you guys to make a decision on. So I gave you kind of an overlay. There may just be one staffer that's choosing not to take the time off. Council on Aging, Senior Center, will be closed that day. I didn't hear back from the DPW admin what her situation was. So,
And I think we did last,
we have for the past couple of years.
yeah, I was gonna say, I think I've noted it for multiple years, so, questions, what do you guys think? Any concerns with closing?
Everybody's gonna miss the Black Friday trash bag sale.
We should
There
probably
is
talk
not
about that.
a Black Friday.
There's not a Black Friday trash bag sale, they
Oh,
will show
okay.
up here.
Well, then I see no
Alright,
reason not to.
So I see no reason to close it. Would you like us to vote? I think we voted last year to actually close it or acknowledge the closure. Do you wanna do that or you don't care?
We
Yeah.
changed our public hearings now that this isn't one of them.
Oh, because
We
we
don't-
moved it?
Right, so if you guys just want to acknowledge that town hall will be closed that day, then we can,
We're gonna do it the best form I know how. Everyone say aye if you acknowledge that you're okay with the town hall being closed.
aye.
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 Okay,
Very
now we'll
good.
move on. Discussion of the charge of the town-wide planning committee. This one I'm gonna time. Vanessa?
Only 4 more minutes.
Yep. So recently, a very hot topic was we wanted to get rid of the town-wide planning committee. And at town meeting said they wanted it. It's made up of 13 people.
Yes.
So, go ahead, Vanessa, what would you like to talk about?
Sure. So I took a look at all of the, the last meeting minutes and all of that, and basically there are only 3 people that are on this board right now. It's me, Raj, and the town administrator. So we need to have a school committee, finance committee, and then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 voters. There is 1 voter that is still on there.
There's nothing from the planning board?
No.
Oh, okay.
So, no, Raj is from the planning board.
Each one, okay. I
Yes.
thought Vinny was on there for some reason, but okay.
No. So everyone else's appointments have expired. Sue Mule is the only one who is still on there. So we need to get 7 more people. 2 of them can be municipal employees or elected officials. The rest of them have to not be. I was going to say, after reading what the plan entails, I was going to suggest asking some of the other boards that are going to be involved in this if they want to pick somebody to be appointed and then open it up to the public as well. So there's FISP, Open Space, Economic Development, CPC, Zoning, Affordable Housing, Transportation, and Cultural and Historic.
So I think what you're asking is to kind of get it moving again, or you're looking to have us kind of blast it out?
Yes.
Put it on the town website to try to get people to volunteer
Yeah.
and send it out to the boards?
Yeah, so,
Okay.
I mean, I'm willing to, reach out to the boards, and then if we want to somehow send it out to the town, that we need more people, and maybe we can try to get this going in January of the new year. Hope we can get enough people
Maybe,
involved.
that sounds fine to me. Any other things?
I-
You can send if you like a different time.
Do I? No, I don't want to sign up for that at all. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
just make a comment on that. I mean, it's my understanding that this is actually the master plan committee, right? This is what it really is. And so, according to the records that we see on the town website, there was a review and an update that was planned, I think, in 1998 that didn't get completed. Is that what you found? Because all we really have that we found is really the 2005 master plan. So it really hasn't been updated, since then. I know that the town bylaw requests that it be updated every 5 years. Many communities do it every 10 years, but again, it hasn't been done. So I guess my only point is that, this generally takes kind of an appropriation to get some professional help as well to do this. It's a pretty big undertaking to update a master plan, particularly one that hasn't been updated in almost 20 years. So, I mean, maybe you might want to consider how much money you might have to put with it to get some professional help to do that. But again, it's just a suggestion.
Yeah, and I also did reach out to the Central Mass Master
RPC.
Plan Committee.
Okay.
And they said that they are willing, once we have people on this committee, to come out and give a presentation as to what that might involve.
Can I ask a question? What was the thing going on between the open space and the Central Mass Regional Planning Commission?
Well, open space.
What are they talking
Plans
about?
are also periodically updated.
Oh, they are
They're
updating
usually
the
done on
open
a more
space.
formal
Okay.
basis because you can lose the opportunity for funding if they're
Oh,
not updated.
okay.
You have to have an active open space plan.
I got
So
it.
generally, the open space is a component of the master plan. It's one of the chapters, and that's being worked on now. In fact, I think there's a meeting tomorrow night to go over where they stand on that. But, I mean, you know, it's just that studies like this can cost up to $100,000 or more, depending on, you know, what kind of support you want to have, how much detail you get, and how, you know, much you do to make the presentations and so forth. So it is a pretty big step to take, and it may be that you want to, you know, plan on how you're going to fund it and get a time frame for it, because generally it takes quite a period of time, at least a year, possibly, to get these things updated.
So I'm with you. I was the one that pushed it forward to town meeting because I felt you had to hire kind of a company and they hadn't met nor completed. Since Leon, I think, was the last one, was back then. Our town was very strong about this board, you were there, strong about this board staying and moving forward. So, thank you for bringing it forward. I think you reaching out to boards, we could publicize it on the town website and try to get some activity involvement. But the town wanted this board. Quite a few people in the community thought we should keep it, so they should sign up. And then they should put together what it's gonna cost to make a recommendation for funding a select board meeting. This is my thought, Charlie, but I'm getting, it's a big undertaking, but they want it, so we're gonna let them.
No, that's fine. A master plan update is great, but it is a lot of work, and it takes quite a commitment.
I'm with you. Go ahead, Mark. One more and then I'm skipping through, unless there's anything else.
We're out of time.
Okay, so you're out of time. Moving
Well,
on.
no, since we're over time anyways, I'll just keep going.
Okay.
Yep. Go.
What I was going to suggest is, there seems to be sort of an identity crisis. This was supposed to be discussion of charge of the townwide planning committee. And I was thinking about this as, the FISP is having trouble sort of figuring out what they should do, what their task is. I was wondering if we want to put those two together? And then it would be a FISP board most of the time, and then when we do the 5-year reviews, that year it'll be off on.
That would require a town vote.
Oh, you think so?
No, I know so.
The
what you're
charge
saying.
of it, we're just kind of discussing the
But-
charge of it.
Okay.
If we can get folks on it, I do think that board should review their charge, and if they want to make recommendations on what their charge is, and they can bring that forward, I would happily entertain that.
Then I would suggest to them, if they're doing that, that they should maybe investigate with the FISP, because
Let's see if
that's
they can
not.
have a meeting. It's been 8 years and there's no one. All right. Any other topics? Any other further discussion? No? Hearing none? Gotten everything that I've seen on here? Charlie, you're up next. The floor is
Okay,
yours.
great. So you may be aware that the comprehensive will be submitted to the ZBA soon. I've submitted a request for a technical assistance grant from the Massachusetts Housing Partnership to assist the ZBA in the permitting of this project. And Chris Olson and I have a Zoom meeting tomorrow with somebody from that group to discuss that, so they get the overall idea. And we're eligible, I think, for possibly up to $15,000 worth of a grant for a housing consultant to provide the support needed as this process is being approved. Okay, another item that I,
Can I ask a question?
sure.
What is this project and where is it located?
This is Jake's thing.
Yeah,
Jake's thing.
it's on West Wellesley Street. Yeah, it's on West
that's
Wellesley Street.
40B. Okay.
It's the 80 housing units.
Okay, I got it.
25 affordable and some commercial part with it as well.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, I met with Colleen Abrams to view the Central Mass Rail Trail section in the town, and also the proposed route, or planned route, to extend the trail to Sterling, which is quite a big project, and at some point, the Select Board will be asked to reaffirm your support of this project. I think several years ago, the board did approve to say they support this project, but it is a pretty big project, putting a bridge next to the, sort of the causeway that goes from Oakdale up, toward the Stone Church, that area, that road. So it would go across there and tie up with a rail on the other side. They're trying to avoid using the actual area where the train still goes through, but, so we did view that. We saw the trail and we saw the proposed site, so we did that. And along the same lines, there will be a meeting on Tuesday at the DCR headquarters. They are providing a tour to the UMass Climate Resiliency Group, and they'll also have a tour of the MWRA dam removal project, which I'll try to attend on Tuesday to see it as well. So that's pretty much it, what I have to report right now.
Great job, you made it in time. You just have a few things going on. All right. Hearing, I've not skipped anything on the agenda. No one has called it out because I bounced all over the place. So the next citations and announcements. We have an exciting event happening. I've sent about 4,000 emails about this, so I'm gonna apologize to everyone before. So the Historical Commission has an invitation to present the Boston Post cane. I guess this, just to be clear, this was approved like 2 years ago, but it didn't happen, and we're now doing it. So the Select Board had originally had the Historical Commissioner, one of the commissioners come, present, ask us to present this to Rita L., is it Mark?
Morante,
Morante?
I believe so.
Morante, 2 years ago, and it was approved, but it didn't happen for various reasons, so they've come, and we're gonna do it November 7th at 2 p.m. at the Knoll Nursing Home. Hopefully, the item will be there and a few Select Board members to present this cane. Are there any other announcements or invitations? Hearing none, future agenda items and Select Board meeting reports? Hearing none?
Well, I just have two reports from
sorry.
other boards. Just CPC had an info session to talk about, what is needed to get an application and what can be approved for the 4 areas for CPC funds. And then the Personnel Board is planning on meeting to update some job descriptions and match the titles to the bylaws.
Fantastic. I guess I'll do mine. Bylaw committee has not met in a little bit because we had a few things going on with town election, but I know we will start meeting every 2 weeks to review all the bylaws. It's an exciting time. Me and Dave have missed those meetings, so we'll get back on that. All right, anyone else?
Yeah,
Go.
the town administrator screening committee has held a couple of interviews at this point. The job still is granting preference to folks that are applying in the next couple of days. November 8th, I believe, is the cutoff date. It's not a hard cutoff, but we are looking at giving preference to folks that applied before that. We've had a couple of interviews at this point, good, strong candidates. We've got a couple of other interviews scheduled, and we're moving along nicely on our timeline.
Okay, good update. Anyone else? Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, have a wonderful evening, thank you.
Thank you.